come close to me, I'll stone you my shoe. No, just try me. You think because you're big, I'm scared of you. Like, I've been taking, like, you can't do nothing. Like, just try me.
Well, you cannot sad me. You cannot sad me.
See me panicking. Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel, guys. It is I, Tari, and if this is your very first time seeing my vlogs or my videos, thank you for stopping by. And if you are a regular or you've seen my previous vlogs, well, thank you for coming back. And yeah, okay, so guys, today, oh, my hair. Mm. But we move regardless, that's the goal. Okay, so today it's not like a regular day in the life kind of vlog thingy. We are going to be doing a chit chat vlog. Yeah, about fun things, experiences I've had, my beliefs, and all that good stuff. So stick around. Yeah. So before we get into the video proper, I just want to say my heart goes out to every one of you all who has lost a family member, a colleague, a friend, a neighbor in one way or the other, because the world is kind of like crazy right now. Like, we are experiencing some things that are not really pleasant. Like, we have the police brutality going on, we have the rape cases in Nigeria, we have the obvious one, which is the coronavirus pandemic we are all fighting. And I just want to let you know that it's going to be great. Like, thereafter, like, we are not going to be in the moody situation forever. So let's just hope for a better tomorrow, and like, try to stay positive and do what you all are doing. Like, don't feel sad, it's going to get better definitely. And I'm sorry if you're experiencing one pain or the other, but definitely God's got our back, so we shouldn't really worry. We should just pray and hope that everything is going to be better tomorrow. So I just had to get that out of the way, because it's not really easy. I know some of you all have it, like, you've lost someone, your granny. Like, I watch the news and I see like people who have lost so many. I know it's really difficult. Like, what is he going to do right now? Don't worry, you're going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right. That's just the assurance. I can't really do much, but that's just the assurance. Like, a positive vibe. You just need to be around positive people also. That gives you hope. So let's just keep on hoping, and for sure we'll get over this. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, let us go into the video of the day. Kind of like wrote down some questions that I thought would be interesting to answer, or would make you guys get to know me a little bit better. Yeah, like, we gotta do something for fun. Like, the world's not smiling right now, so we gotta take our minds off some certain things and just try to be happy for a while. Okay, so the first question I wrote down was to talk about my primary school experience. Okay, so guys, my primary school, there's not really much to talk about. Like, it was normal primary school. I didn't really know much, so it wasn't really that fun. Well, I surely did have some few interesting experiences. Like, I joined the Sea Scouts. Like, in my primary school, we those days we had like the Sea Scout, Boys Brigade, Girls Guide, Red Cross, Land Scout. All those ones very interesting to me, so I joined the Sea Scout. I don't know if I could insert, I think I might find a photo of me in my uniforms. Oh boy, it was very hilarious. Like, my shoes, my boots were this long, and I'm a tiny person. Come on, don't give me that big boots. Like, it was this long. I'm not exaggerating, it was long. Don't worry, you see the pictures. And the uniform was cute, it was white. I had the badges and so on and so forth. And it was a really fun experience. Like, we'd go for trainings, parades, would sing songs like, I don't know if I can remember some of the songs. In Nigeria, I'm talking about Sea Scouts in Nigeria. Let's see. Obi Kering K, Obi Kering K, like um we had some quite interesting songs, and it was just a fun experience. Like our leader would take us to go and learn how to control traffic. Like would see little children. I was small, but just me wearing the uniform, like it made me feel like I was like an adult, and would stop cars for children to cross after school. Like it was such a fun experience. I think that's pretty much all I could really remember about my primary school experience. Like nothing really too interesting, but that aspect was very interesting. Now moving on to my secondary school experience, it was lit. Like when I say lit, it was I attended Greenfields Academy, and it was a very interesting school. I'll say I think my friends, or we all made it interesting one way or the other, like in our various ways. Like it was really fun. Most of my primary school mates actually attended the same school I attended. Like when I got to school, I was like, oh, you here? Oh, that's great. I know you. At least I know someone. That was when we got into GS1, and we are like, we didn't know anybody, but when you see somebody you've known like from a previous school, it makes you like the bomb. Like you won't be lonely, you'll be seeing other children like shining, and but you have someone to talk to. So it was, I saw some people I attended primary school with, and it was the greatest experience ever. And I was so tiny, like when I mean tiny, in my secondary school. Like I was, they used to call me kikiri, something, I think it's a Yoruba word for small. I'm not really sure, I think so. And I hated that name, but as time grew, like, what the hell, like, excuse my French, but I got over it. It was so interesting. Like, my friends, we are four, I had four close friends. Like, wherever my teachers would always say, wherever you sit, sorry, just know Dorcas is there, or Dubi is there, or Deborah. Like, we always work together, we always work in clique. And it's, although we are apart now, some of them are in Abuja and like that. So, but we still keep in touch regardless. So it was really fun. Now, have I ever fought in school? I don't really think I've really fought in school. Like when I see like fights, like physical exchanging of blows or like whatever. I never did that. Like, can you look at me? This girl has no strength. We don't do that here. Like it was, I don't think I ever fought, but I think there was one occasion where um there was this bigger guy. He was in our class, but he was huge. He was big. Like when I mean big, I think he did something wrong. I can't remember what exactly he did, or what, how we got into exchanging of words, but like we almost fought. Like, but not like I was willing to fight, or like I would fight, but we almost got close, and it was like we exchanging was like, it was not like harsh was like you're crazy, no, not, we, I wasn't really that kind of a person in secondary school, but I like, what's wrong with you, you're not okay, like, no, you can't say that, you can't, you're dumb, you're too dumb. Like it was those kind of like, I was, and I don't know what he did to me, but I was so angry. And if you look at his size on a normal day, me, sorry, I would not go and challenge that guy. Like he was so huge and I was this tiny. So I don't know, I think my classmates were, they witnessed what happened, and I think they were on my side, because he was pretty wrong for me to have, I, because they know me, I'm not a violent person. They were actually on my side, and of course I was right, so they were on my side. And they were like, Tari, I was like, if you come close to me telling the guy, if you come close to me, I'll stone you my shoe. No, just try me. You think because you're big I'm scared of you? that I've been taking, like, you can't do nothing, like, just try me. He was like, I'll beat you if I said, I say, you can't do nothing, just try it, you wanna just try it.
Well, you cannot sad me. You cannot sad me. Now that's why they tell you, man, where my guania? Where you go sad me? I say when you sad me, out of me and you, one go dey ground. Dead body go surplus.
I didn't know when I actually removed my shoe, and true, I didn't want it to touch him or her, because if it had touched him, that would have been a different story altogether. So I like threw the shoe. I purposely threw it at the window, but he was close to the window, but I purposely threw it at the window, and so it went outside. And they were like, "Ah, Tari, so you have mind like this." They were the ones giving me morale. Deep down in me, I was like so scared. I was like a scaredy cat. Like, they were the ones like, "Ah, Tari, wow, I didn't know you had this in you. Like, you can defend yourself." People were helping me defend. You don't know what you did for me. Like, I alone, like, that guy would have beaten daylight out of me if they hadn't been there. But of course, I won't fight. Like, I don't do that. It's not just in me. I never fought in primary school, never fought in secondary school, and I definitely never fought while I was in the uni. Like, it's not just in me. I'm not a violent person, so we like peace. We talk. We like peace. Is what they always say in press club. I was in press club. The pen is mightier than the sword, so stick to that. The pen, it's better you talk than to exchange like physical fights. And so yeah, that was my second. It was lit. My secondary school experience. Like, time will permit me to say everything as I want to. And moving on to my university experience. Well, my university experience, novice. It was just at the beginning. It wasn't. I've always wanted to attend the school I attended, which is uni. But like, when I'll be okay, yeah. So I live in Rivers State, yeah, and I am from Bayelsa State. And like, when traveling to Bayelsa by road, obviously you pass through Uniport, the school. You would see students. When I was little, I would always see students. Like, I would say, wow, I would love to be like that someday, like in school. It was huge for me. Like, I had this in me. Like, I was aspiring to go to school. Like, I really aspired to go to school and be like those girls. Not really, they dressed well and like, but just the feeling of you being independent, living apart from your parents, like taking care of yourself. It was just something I really aspired to do. But obviously I didn't really live in school, so yeah, I actually went to school from home, which was not that bad, but it wasn't as interesting as you staying off the campus with your friends or like people so yeah. So I would always like say I would want to be like that, and I eventually got in. Thank God I got into my dream school, so I'm happy for that. And I made friends that up to today I'll cherish our friendship forever. So my university experience was alright. It was in the like big. I was just on the low in my university. Like, we had fun days, and where my friends would go out, would talk, would eat out and stuff like that. Would dance, and the experience was not that. It was just alright. The next question is, what kind of music did you grow up listening to? Okay, so I didn't really grow up listening to the typical music you all know, which is like Michael Jackson, Orsha, um, Timbaland, Timberlake, Celine Dion. I hope I'm pronouncing it well. Celine. I don't know. Okay, so that wasn't what I grew up listening to. Although, don't get me wrong, I liked those kind of music, but it wasn't like the typical music my dad didn't really like all those kind of music. Guess what my dad liked? Those musics that you don't even know what they're talking about. You can't even understand their language, like Mali music, like not the Mali Christian music, the artist, talking about the country Mali. Like he loved Malian music, and for some weird reasons, I don't know why, he listens to artists like Africando, Salif Keita, Yesondo, Miriam Makiba, um, um, and let's say for he listens to the Beatles a lot. He listens to let's see. My family listens to Brian Adams, and so I grew to actually love those songs where I grew up with them, right? So how can you hate what you grew up with? So he listens to I'm trying to like remember their names. He listens to I can't really think of all their names right now, but those few, like his best musicians were probably um Papa Wemba, right? Yeah, Papa Wemba, Africando, Salif Keita. Just great songs that he doesn't really understand the English or the language rather. They spoke in the song like, you're from Nigeria, you daddy, you can't, you don't know what they're saying. What if they're insulting you, or they're like saying, I don't know, like crazy things. But I don't think they would. So the sound, I mean, music is just more than just understanding the language. Really, really love them. Like me listening to them right now, it brings back my good childhood memories. Like it's just a nice experience to like go back in time where or reminisce about your childhood experience where everything was okay, like your concerns were just to like eat, sleep, play with your friends, hang out with friends, family and loved ones, and like you didn't have any money issues obviously. And I think back then the world was a little bit better because obviously there was no pandemic we're facing right now, and it's just a nice experience listening to those music, like trying to remember all the fun things. Okay, so those were, but I'm not really saying I didn't really listen to like Nigerian artists. Like I listened to a few when I was growing up back then. I listened to like this is a struggle. I can't really remember, like I know what I listened to, but I just for some reasons I can't really. Oh, I listened to Genie. I listened to Mi, Two Face back then. Like they were good. Guys, another experience I had that I would never trade anything, nothing for it, was my NYC campaign experience. Like it was fun. It was fun. Yeah. I okay so when you do your registration, if you're in Nigeria, you would understand what I'm saying better. You must do your complete your national youth service corps, whatever, before you could get a job, a good paying job in Nigeria. So when I got my um deployment letter and I saw Bauchi, I don't know if that's how you. Some people say you pronounce it Bauchi, and some say you pronounce it Bauchi, but I'm stuck with Bauchi, so Bauchi it is. Okay, so when I got my um deployment letter here, I saw Bauchi. I screamed like the loudest scream ever. And my mom was scared and she jumped out and was like, what is it? I was scared deep inside, and at the same time I was happy because I don't think I would get the opportunity to like travel to the north or like see places. I've never traveled. Okay, I have once where I traveled to Bias, or twice where I traveled to Bias by myself. But like I have never traveled to anywhere alone. And I'm not this traveling type, you know. I used to be scared of trailers and big trucks and all that. Like This is what I would do. Like, I would say in my mind that I always sit at the window side so that in case there's a big truck coming or there's an accident, I don't know why my mind, it's crazy. I would say I would quickly open the door and jump out. It doesn't work. Like,
Make you dey make use of your brain now.
like no, you can't do that. Your mind won't even go to you escaping. You'd be scared first of all. So I used to be scared of trailers, and I checked, as at the time I checked, there was no flight going to where I was. I didn't know if I was doing it wrongly or what. So I asked my friend, shout out to Peppy. I asked my friend to check for me, and she was like, Tarika, there's no flight going to Bauchi direct, that you have to go to Abuja first, then all that. I'm like, and me doing that would mean me going alone, like it's gonna be fun. Okay, so there's this WhatsApp group where I don't know how we all got into the group. Like there were links you could click on to join the group chat, and so I joined the group chat and I saw some people who were residing in River State at the moment and were deployed to Bauchi, and so I connected each and every one of them and making calls. Where are you staying? We should go together. When are you planning on leaving? And we eventually got together and we left. Okay, so you wouldn't believe that this journey took 2 days. I'm not exaggerating, not in 2 days. We passed through, I can't really vividly remember the states we passed through, but whilst going, we passed through Benue. I know we passed through Kaduna, passed through Jos, like those were the states I could remember. Passed through, so yeah, I'm sure we passed through other states, but like I can't really remember them rather. But it was a lit experience, like. So when we got to Jos was pretty cold. If you're in Nigeria, you know Jos is a pretty cold place. Yeah, Jos Plateau. So we got to Jos and we stopped for a drink, like to refresh or get our body refreshed up and stuff like that. I think the driver stopped to eat. Yeah, the driver stopped to eat. We already had food. We bought. I think we bought food in Kaduna. We ate there and we also bought. So when we got to Jos, we just had to buy drinks because uh, obviously we exhausted the ones we bought in Kaduna. KD, shut up. I'm so in love with you, not. Okay, so when we got to Jos, it was pretty late, but funny enough, stores were open, and there was this Igbo guy selling there, and like a cute little girl. Her name was it Destiny or Miracle, something like that. So it was pretty fun. I don't know if I'll see clips. I'm pretty sure I had clips of those, but yeah. As while we finished our jubilating and eating and all that, we got on the road again. While we were going, I think we were still okay. Were we in Bauchi or we were still in Jos? I can't really remember if we had entered Bauchi, but it started raining. And when I mean raining, I don't mean like raindrops, like I don't mean heavy rain. I mean like cubes, like ice block. I mean like ice block raining, like was it was such a scary, like I just heard something banging on the door, like the roof of the car. And I'm like, what is that? Yeah, like what's that? They had to open the window because it was raining, so we didn't want to open the window. We had to open the window to check, and it was ice cubes falling. I am not exaggerating, like this is real farm. So ice cubes were falling, and I was so scared. The driver couldn't see nothing, and meanwhile the driver was already communicating with other drivers, like where's the place. I think he had forgotten where, because the vehicle we took was to take us directly to camp, but I think he had forgotten the road. They renovated the roads or whatever, I do not know, but he had forgotten the road, and he was like, are we I'm kind of confused, like where exactly is the camp? Like we are discussing with the driver that he has been there before, but he can't really remember the road he took while the last time he went there. See me panicking, like, driver, you don't remember the roads, like what's going to happen here? Please, you have to remember. And we were all so scared. But me, I was more excited than I was scared because I'd never experienced this in my life. Never ever have I ever experienced this. It was so funny. Like, everybody started praying. We had to park the car, the bus we took. It was a Sienna. I'm not really good with cars, but I think it was a Sienna. Three at the back, one in front, and middle three, something like that. So it was a very, we had to park the car, and the driver was like he can't see. Everybody was shouting like, driver, stop, stop, you can't see, there's no need continue. Like, his light was, we are not doing any good. Like, it was useless at that point because he wasn't seeing nothing. Like, they were like, driver, you have to park, like we can't see, you can't see. There was this guy in front trying to like clean the mirror. He would open his window and he would like clean the, what's it called, windshield for the driver. You have to park. So me, I was that was when I was not getting scared because we are parked, and you could hear cars, and you could see the lights pass like so fast. It was an express, so you could, they were literally like, I'm like, it's raining, why are you guys speeding? Like, you're so fast, slow your horses down. You'd see a car hmm like, but our driver, because we are scared, so he couldn't even continue. And he was elderly, so he wasn't really, not that elderly, but he was elderly, he was of age, he wasn't a young boy driver, he was elderly, so he couldn't see properly. Ha, please don't come and kill me for my parents. Park. I mean, I was scared. I was like trying to use. So we are parked, and we didn't even know if we are parked by the side or we are still on the road. We didn't know what was out there because we couldn't see. I think it had reached the morning. It was like 2 a.m. or something in the morning. So it was that we couldn't see. And so me, I was like on my phone, I was calling some people and chatting some people up that I met through the group chat who had already gone to camp the previous day. I was like, please, do you know where the camp is? Like, my driver said he doesn't know where it is. Like, can you tell me where, what are the signs you can see to get there? Like, the road. Yeah, like, calm down, calm down. He was assuring me like, calm down. Do you know how to use Google Map? Use Google Map. I'm like, I don't, please, I don't know how to use Google. How do I want to know how to use Google Map in this kind of condition? Like, I'm scared. I can't. Even the chatting on my hands were shaking. Like, so it was like I should calm down. I should use Google Map. So me now following the instructions, trying to use Google Map. I was like, okay, Google Map, Google, open my Google, whatever, typed in the location where we are going to Wilo camp in Bauchi, whatever orientation camp. And I was seeing it, but I was not understanding what I was seeing. So the other people I was traveling with, they were like, Tari, off. You're like, Tari, off your light, off it. The driver turned off his light. Me, I was scared, like, why would the driver turn off his light? Then we too now, I should now turn off. Okay, if we turn off our lights now, they were at me, oh, turn off your light so they won't see us. They were scared. They've never been to this part of the country before. And with what we've been hearing, with the insecurities and all, it was really concerning. So they were like, turn off your light. I'm like, why would the driver turn off his light, his headlight, and I'll turn off my phone? I'm trying to use Google Map to know where we are going to. And they're like, it won't help now. Turn off your light. I turned off my light, but I'm like, driver, these cars that are passing. What if a trailer is passing and the trailer doesn't know that there's a vehicle parked here? The trailer, we can enter bush. The trailer can just uproot us from where we are parked. It was scary. Or it's either a trailer uproots us from where we are parked, that's hitting us, or hmm, or bad people hiding in the bush. I don't even know if it was like a bushy area, but my mind was bush. We didn't know anybody, we didn't know the language. Like, it was just it was just crazy. Like, wow, it was crazy. But all in all, we got to the camp. and we met people. It was nice. Shout out to everybody I met there, and I still talk to some people right about now, this moment. So it was just a fun experience, and I wouldn't trade that for anything. I love going. I would really, really love going back there. Like the north is just a kind of cool, calm. Like I don't know. It's just different to see people living like I don't know, simple, kind of. It's just I don't know. It's just not what you see every day over the south where I stay, and it was just really, really great to travel there. It was a privilege. And then once I was coming back from camp, I stayed in Abuja with my aunts for like few days before coming back. And we passed Kogi, we passed can't remember, but it was fun exploring those places. I don't think I would ever have done that if not for NYC. So I'm grateful. People are saying they should cut out or scrap this NYC of a thing because many a times people get accidents on the way while going with your cute little girl, like a cute girl dying because of the roads, bad roads, and all that stuff. I don't think they should cut it out because it's a really good experience. It makes you interact with different people, like you see people differently, all that stuff. Like it's just a great experience all through. Like I don't know, it was great. Now the next question would be, what are your religious beliefs? Wow, this is such a sensitive topic. Like it's not that deep. Why am I saying sensitive? Okay, so as you all know, I am a Christian and I would not trade that for anything. I love being a Christian. I love God. I love worshiping God. Like I am not shy to say it. I am a Christian. Yeah, I believe in God. I studied philosophy, and most of my family members thought that um in school they would change my orientation about God, and they brought out critics and stuffs like that God doesn't exist, and finding the ultimate substance of the earth and all those stuffs. But it didn't really my lecturer would always say those things were actually proving, but still doesn't take out the fact that God is somewhere watching us, and he will always say that he's a Christian. As a matter of fact, he's a pastor. So yeah. So yeah, I believe in God. My discipline did nothing to change that. Philosophy did nothing to change that. Yeah. So I really truly believe in God. I mean, why wouldn't you believe in God? Like God is just the ultimate. He's around us everywhere we go. The trees, everywhere you look. Like I know this point in time we're experiencing some difficulties in life, like the pandemic, the police brutality, the hating and all that. But it doesn't take it. Some people, I go online and I see people asking the question, where is your God? Why didn't God do anything? Or why isn't he doing anything to stop this? But that's not for you to ask those questions. You do not question God regardless. Like you being angry at God doesn't change the fact that he's still who he is. He's still God no matter what. It doesn't change the fact he's still going to be the I am that I am. That's just a period. Yeah, period. Christianity is not boring, so period. So like I know I truly do believe he exists. Like I know he's in my life. Like there are some experiences I've had that I am not sure I'm willing to talk about on camera or I'm ready to say right now. But you definitely know from the when you've gone through a lot. For instance, okay, let's take one for example. I schooled in Uniport for 4 years, and those 4 years I went to school from the house. Now tell me that most people going to work for just like on a normal day don't get accidents on the road. They do, but I don't know who has been protected. I'm not saying those people God didn't like them or whatever. Your brain, you might misunderstand me, but try to stick to what I'm trying to say, which is God exists. Now, I think it couldn't have been only me, or it couldn't have been me being careful for sure. Like, I know I'm careful. I look at the road, like when I cross, I look here, I look here, I look here, I look here again, I look straight, I like, but it doesn't take away the fact that you can't be too careful. Like, it wasn't obviously just you in charge. Like, there was there was definitely a being behind that, and who else? God. So yeah, I do really believe in God, and I think I am not saying or trashing other religion because it's not for me to judge, it's not for me to condemn. I mean, we're trying to stop the hating on colors and races and all that. So it's not really in my place to judge other religion, but all I'm saying is I believe in this being and he exists and he's God. So that's just it, and I am not shy. I'll stand and tell you plain. I'm not a pastor, so but I'm just saying those are my religious beliefs. Okay, so the next question I wrote down was, what is one weird thing you do that people don't know about? Okay, so I don't know if it's weird or if it's just me that does this, but I actually, after praying in the night, before I sleep after praying, I usually say in this particular order. I actually say good night God, good night Jesus, good night Holy Spirit, good night angels, good night good people in heaven. Weird. But I don't know. I never forget. If I wake up and say it, like I never forget to say it. I don't know why. It sounds weird and somehow, but it's what I do. It's me. And yeah. And so those are some of the things I wrote down for you all to get to know me better. I mean, at least you can tell. I just felt I should talk about my experience from primary school to secondary to the university and my NYC, and of course the music I grew up listening to. And yeah, so guys, that will be the end of this vlog. I know it's not really much, I don't know, it wasn't really like educative, I would say, because I didn't really teach anything. I just said or stated my experience. This is basically for fun, nothing else, bro. It will also, I hope, if you're going to take anything away from this video, it should be one that you just need to stay hopeful regardless of what's going through like the world right now. Crazy environment, crazy place, crazy people all over, but you just have to stay positive and like hope for the best. But you just have to stay positive and hope for the best. Like, everything's going to be great, of course. And then also, if you're going to take something away, also take out the fact that you don't judge people by their covers. I know people say that you judge people by their covers. No, you don't judge people. You get to know them first. Like, just try to be exposed and understand different people from different places. Like, or you should learn how to travel if you do not travel, or if you're not the traveling type, or you're scared. Wherever you are, if you feel like you want to go to Spain, go to Spain. If you feel like you want to go to Jos, go to Jos. If you feel like you want to go to Oshun, on the wherever in the world, Australia, wherever, you should do it. Like, not right now, sha, because we are all on lockdown. We are social distancing, of course. So, but all in all, believe in God, do what you're doing, wake up, pray, eat, take care of yourself, and yeah, everything is going to be better. And so, until my next vlog, or you guys should tell me what you think I should do. Like, the struggle is real. Like, it's not really easy being a YouTuber. Like, I'm pretty shy carrying my phone and video. It's pretty, I thumbs up for you all YouTubers doing this. Like, it's really inspiring. But you guys should tell me what you think I should do for my next video. I'm sure my next video is going to be definitely educative in one way or the other, whether it's beauty or whatever. I know you're going to learn something from it. That's what I want to do next. So yeah, just like this video, comment down there, subscribe, and yeah. So I'll see you in my next video, and until then, stay blessed, and I love you guys so much, and God loves you. We all love you. So bye.